Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. What's the deal, YouTube? We're back here with the Xbox Beastfire podcast as always. Usual suspects. I forgot to send the D. I just sent D a link. If he's around, he's not out there peddling ankle socks and motherfucking white tees, 3X white tees. Maybe he can grace us with his presence. I forgot, man. I was back here trying to do some new configurations on the channel so you can sponsor. You got badges and all that stuff. So I was kind of fooling around with that. Shout out to everybody in the live stream. You'd be so kind again. Before how do you get 7 dislikes? The show ain't even start. It's crazy, right? I'm gonna say this right here, right? I know there's 7 niggas that dislike the show. I know them personally.
Wow.
Yeah, never laying up in the chat cutting up.
Yeah, that's how we about to kick it off, huh?
Yeah, I know the 7. Like you said, the 7 disciples. I know the 7 individuals that dislike the show just now, man. We're going for my real jokers that really rock out with you. Will you be so kind, like I said, to hit the likes? But we about to have a great show tonight. As the room is still filling up. What's going on with yourself? Post talk.
You know what? I'm chilling. I got Assassin's Creed Origins in today, so I know you've been streaming that game and been hyping it up in regards to the graphics and how it looks in the gameplay. So I'm really excited to get into that at some point if I can get away from Gears. Gears multiplayer is just
it get you for a couple hours. Like, man, where my day go?
You say I'm about to do a couple of Gears and we can do something else. You know, we started off our task like we're gonna do Gears. We're gonna do a couple of games, Star Wars Battlefront, and we wound up on Gears for the whole night.
A couple hours, things get intense. Things losing,
man, bro.
Yo, let me put my shit in game. Or hold on, let me put my shit in game.
Yeah, we had a great time the last party chat. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat that rocked out, that be jumping in the party with us, man. Like I say, man, continue to jump in these party with us and play with us, man, and enjoy it. But that's what's popping. I'm ready to get the show going, man.
All right, what's going on? And Mighty Moss, what's going on, bro? Last time I spoke to you, the nigga P Diddy named Porter Rock said he was threatening to call the FDA on, so you had some bad medicine. He said your numbers is all. Talk to me. What you got going on, man?
Yeah, P Rock tried to shut it down. I had to send everybody out there to the front line with the scalpels. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for
sure. Hack their heads off. You know, man. Hey, look, man. I gotta say this first and foremost, man. Thank you to everybody, to the whole community, the Xbox, the ponies. Your boy finally hit 100 followers on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? We getting there. Triple B. You know, we doing the thing. I know it's a small feat for the average content provider, but it's a big thing for your boy. I appreciate all y'all. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to put these doses out here, man. But you know, having some technical difficulties. But bear with me. We're gonna figure something out. You know what I mean?
All right. I was going to my brother Super. And listen, shout out to my man, my brother too, Super Jamaican. Just got out of nowhere and with the Patreon. Shout out to Super Jamaican. We got to bring him back on the channel, man. I see they're working with Porter Rock. But watch Porter Rock, man. He ain't got friend no foe. Porter Rock loaded the snake belt. You got to watch him, man. He give you $5 to go in his other pocket, taking out 10 years to watch Porter Rock, man. But like I said, Gary, what's going on with you, good brother? What you been doing? What you been playing?
Oh,
been
man.
Posting?
Just been playing PUBG, man. Doing a little bit of streaming of PUBG on my channel, rocking out, getting W's, doing what I do, putting people in the ground. Same thing I always do on PUBG. You already know, bro.
Okay, for sure. Anyone else hop in here yet today? No, that's just right. Brian, what's going on, Brian? Talk to me. Brian, VIP Patreon supporter. What's going on, good brother? How you feeling?
You ain't back. Good life, bro.
You about that X? You about that X? You enjoying the X, huh?
Oh yeah, especially since I got that Assassin's Creed Origins. Now I see what you're talking about.
That's for sure. What's up? As far as myself, nothing. I ain't been doing a damn thing. Been flirting with most of you jokers' grandmother. You know, I get down, man. I'm a horrible father and a piece of shit ass husband. But enough about me. Like I said, we got the video game award shows. Sony's having their PlayStation experience. Yesterday, that's a lot of things to talk about. Yesterday, the God of War Street 8 got released, and then got leaked. I guess was it a leak? It was put up there by Sony, so I don't even call it a leak. There was also some more gameplay clips that I didn't see. They were new to me. I just did a video about it. Also, too, Nintendo. I guess maybe for some of you guys. Hey, Dragon. Hey, with your brother. Ask if your brother want to get on. Bang. So your brother want to get on. Adam, I left the link in the room. Nintendo putting their games on the NVIDIA Shield, the Wii and the GameCube Mario and Zelda games, how you say, remastered, 1080p people with all the bells and whistles. We can talk about that also. You know what I mean? And like I said, which one guys? PSX, the Video Game Awards show, Nintendo. Which one?
Touch up on that.
Video Game Awards show.
Yeah, we can touch that.
Okay, Video Game Awards show. And now I guess they will try to damn show. Somebody, you got the game of the year, right? Now I guess I can start with you, Garrett. PUBG. People were saying it shouldn't be entered into the the game of the award because it's not a full game, still in the beta. Like, what are your thoughts about that? Is the game just that good, that addictive? Is it your game of the year? Talk to me.
It's my game of the year. I don't care what nobody says. Like, to those who say it's not done yet, it's basically done. Like, I don't know what to tell y'all. It's one large map. You run around, hunt each other down. It's a huge game of King of the Hill. That's it. Like, the only thing they're gonna drop next is just the vaulting, which is like you jump through windows like in Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? You jump over platforms, climb gates and shit like that. Like, that's the only thing left. And that's in the test server right now. It drops on the 12th, and the full game drops at the end of the month. So I don't understand. Like, at the end of the day, if it wasn't done yet, or it wasn't close to done, and all this, people would be paying for it like they are. I hate to tell you,
yo, that thing, wow. Everybody named Mama done hopped on that, trying to get it digitally.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't think it was that popular. You know what I mean? Everybody named Mama is talking about this, Video Game Awards. I'm sorry, about this PUBG. You know what I mean? I guess like I said, the poor man's Fortnite. It's like the battle royale mode. You got to get this without the circle or something like that. Same thing.
Yeah. It's just like that. It's just like you can get more cars, you get attachments for the guns, everything. You know what I'm saying? It's just not. It's like a way deeper Fortnite. You know what I'm saying? And it looked more realistic. Fortnite is a cartoon to me. So you know what I'm saying? This is the real deal. Like, when you hop on this, you gonna understand what's what. You understand the children's game Fortnite from the big boy game, which is PUBG. Trust me, bro.
Is that serious?
You know what I mean? Is that serious?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I guess you have, like I said, a few genres. I'm on the site now. Confirm your vote. Right. Okay. All right. Oh no. Continue browsing. All right. You got here, of course, Game of the Year. You got Zelda, Mario, PUBG, Horizon Zero Dawn, and Persona 5. I think to be honest, out of all these games, I didn't play Zelda, I didn't play Mario, I didn't play PUBG, but I did play Horizon Zero Dawn. I didn't play Persona, and to me, I said I liked the art direction of maybe Horizon Zero Dawn, but I didn't. To me, it got kind of boring, very repetitive. Oh, I didn't want to kill my wife. It was. That was just my opinion. I'm not bashing it. You know what I mean? But I don't like fetch push game. Hey, go talk to me. Go.
No, I was going to let you finish. Then you said you wasn't bashing it. I said I am, man. Look. And this ain't no Sony hate stuff. You know what I'm saying? So my man Neverland, just chill out, just relax. Look, here's the deal, man. All them games up there, whatever the case may be, I'm with Garrett. I think PUBG should win it. Not because it's going to be a Microsoft exclusive, whether it's timed or not, but this is the biggest game in a long time. It's done dethroned a lot of long-standing titles on the PC. You know what I'm saying? And as far as numbers, statistics and stuff are concerned, man, I think there's a strong case for this thing to win. On the flip side of that, Horizon Zero Dawn, look, man, all that is Tomb Raider with Dinobots and Fred Flintstone aesthetics on it, man. I'm not feeling that at all, man. Throw that trash in the Ziploc bag and just throw it in the river, man. I'm not trying to hear it, man. Straight up. We gotta do better than that. They can even bring back Uncharted 4 and make that game of the year. I'd be happier if they make it to Horizon Zero Dawn. No, absolutely not.
They definitely coming for you, bro.
Please, man. Please.
That's wild, man. What's going on, D? It was going. Yeah, I didn't even see you hop in there. But so I guess we can do a couple of the cameras, like the first one, So Garrett gave PUBG as his game of the year. MM2K, what's going to be your game of the year on the list that they have? Zelda.
I'm gonna go with PUBG too. Yeah, I'm gonna go with PUBG.
Even if they're gonna call you a fraud, even if you never played, they're gonna call you a fraud.
Hey, look, man, it took me. I ain't have to level up in that game or upgrade my arsenal to level 14, man. I was out rolling shit stuff, man. Come on, man. No. PUBG.
PUBG. All right. What's going on, good brother D?
What's up, man?
You hear gracing us with your presence. Like I said, he said D crazy, man.
Hey, yo, D got on a long leather trench coat. He opened up his jacket and the white doves fly out.
Hey, no, they said D was at the event with 2 white Jupiters on a leash, man. Walking that motherfucker crazy.
Hold on. Let me tell my boy Puerto Rock. Cut it out, Puerto Rock. Like, if you have not played PUBG, just stop, big fella. Just stop.
Run your mouth.
20 million sold. Not 20 million sold for nothing, big fella.
Yeah.
I look at it like this. PUBG is a finished game, whether people want to know it or not. It's pretty much coming out of game preview in December coming up. So it's a full game. Even when it was in game preview, it was a full game. It was just they had to get the kinks out of the system. And what they did was instead of putting it in like a private beta, they allowed the world to be the beta testers, meaning that you was able to purchase it in game preview and play it and just give constant feedback. So at the end of this month, it's going to be out. It's a genre-defining game right now. I would say that. Not only in terms of sales and how much money they've made, but in terms of the effect that they have had on the culture of gaming. They now have studios following in their footsteps. You're going to see within the next couple months and maybe a year down the line, multiple battle royale games. You're already seeing it on cell phones. Exactly. You're already seeing developers finding a way to incorporate this mode into their games. You're already seeing gamers reaching out to the Ubisoft to put it in Ghost Wildlands and other games and stuff like that. Whenever you have that type of mass appeal and you're doing the numbers you're doing and you're generating what you're generating, that bodes well, man. You have to take all that into account when you're thinking about game of the year.
Hold on. Let me tell. Oh, my bad, Post. Go ahead. My bad, bro. Go ahead.
No, I do think Zelda and Mario and them going to be in there somewhere. Even Horizon Zero Dawn. You know, some people may not like it. I played 20 minutes of it. That's all I played, so I'm not going to judge it. But I was walking the whole 20 minutes. But I'm not going to judge it. But I agree with King, man. I'm going to go with PUBG.
Wait, hold up, my man Griffin. Shout out to my brother.
Go. And to those who want to say that this dude says you're a corporate slave if you think PUBG. Let me tell you something. Number one, I'm not talking about PUBG, the Xbox game.
What did he say? Corporate slave? What?
You gotta be a corporate slave if you put PUBG.
We're not talking about PUBG, the Xbox. It's not out on Xbox.
I'm not talking about the Xbox version.
The PC version of PUBG.
I'm talking about the PC version. I'm probably not going to play the Xbox version that much unless I'm playing with my boys right here. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and to those who say it's glitchy, you obviously haven't played in a long time, big fella. Just stop. Just stop while you're ahead, bro. That game running smooth as hell right now. I was playing it earlier.
Hey, yo, Griffin Gaming said it's a ripoff of H1Z1. What the hell happened to that goddamn game?
Hold on. H1Z1 was also made by the guy Brendan Green, who makes PUBG. That's Mr. Player Unknown. Know what you're talking about, big fella. If he decided to take his style and put it in another game, he can do so. Cliffy B should have did that.
All right, yo, shout out to my man Ripper Classic. Drop $2 in the super chat. Listen, a shameless plug. We also got now. You guys can sponsor the channel. We got Canoli's King. What's going on, good brother? 80s if you have Patreon supporter.
Super Jamaican just said it.
Yeah, but, we got the sponsor, but we got the sponsor tag up and rocking. You get your own emojis and all that type of shit. You know what I mean? For the show. So anyway, I just enabled it. But anyway, I'm sorry. Not the cutting went off. What you say? As you were saying?
I was just reading what Super Jamaican was saying. He said if you say PUBG, you could tell you ain't playing none of them other joints y'all frauding.
What other joints?
See, you know what? I hate when people do that. I hate when people do that. And we got to stop this, man. The community has to stop this when people make these freaking outlandish assumption.
Exactly.
Just
you cannot
because
validate
we're
my choice.
just because we have an opinion about PUBG being Game of the Year, that means we don't play nothing else. I mean, how did you draw that conclusion? How does that correlate with the opinion that we're having? So you're saying, I don't, man. You know what? I'm not going to do it today. We just go. Come on,
put
talk
this
to
out
him,
here right
King.
now.
Talk to him, King.
For anybody who feels as though you know, I only choose that because Xbox is getting it. No, I don't. I'm probably not going to play the Xbox version. That's 30 frames per second. I play it in 100 frames per second. It's a big difference. It feels different. Everything it's a lot different. Not to mention, there's like 2 million people online playing on PC. Like, I don't even know if Xbox dudes can even handle a game like this. This is not like Call of Duty. You're not running around. There is no respawn. Once you're dead, you're dead. See you in the lobby, big fella. You know what I'm saying? There is no come back and fight again. It's over. Like, you got to have patience in this game. This is something we're not used to. Like, we're not having patience, except for the campers. I know a lot of the campers, they're gonna love it. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna find you and kill you, big fella. Trust me.
We'll find you
and get you, big fella. Don't trust me when I tell you.
I've seen King's Blood Team, and they're very good in PUBG. I've seen them play. And PUBG, people look at it and think it's just a simple game that is nothing but. You have to really think about every move you make, even decision, even going in the house and closing the door behind you, making the decision whether you're going to go for certain loots or certain loot crates. You're constantly watching your back, constantly looking over your shoulder. I'm talking about people way in the distance firing on you. You have to constantly work together and communicate and think about how you're going to approach every situation. And like he said, you have to be patient. The map is super freaking huge. It's 100 people on there. You don't know where nobody at. You can run into anybody at any given time. And once you dead, you dead. Ain't no coming back. You in that lobby waiting till the game is done. Like, it's like watching them play. I really appreciate the game, and I like it because you communicate. You have to constantly be on your toes, man. I don't know what you guys be watching, man. Most people probably talking about it ain't never played it.
It's just like what you said earlier, Post. One game up there is inspiring other games to be just like it. And I don't mean graphic style. I mean the same the concept. One game is inspiring other games to be just like. I could see a lot of games with this type of battle royale mode. You know what I'm saying? Well, actually, it's a King of the Hill mode because you got to stay in a circle. You know what I'm saying? Like, trust me when I tell you, it's gonna be a lot of games coming out like that. I wouldn't be surprised to see like a Battlefield with it, or you know what I mean, on their next game. You know, to probably make like you know, they got the huge maps on Battlefield. So just imagine.
Dead, bro. Fortnite was dead. When Fortnite came out, it died. It was dead on arrival. What nobody talking about Fortnite. Man, they copied that 20 million players off. Man, that game was dead. It revitalized that game. It brought that game back to life. Them copying what PUBG did. Other developers not watching that?
Yeah.
Okay, watch.
Hey, well, okay, all right. Hey, did you ever get back yet?
Yeah, I'm here, man.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just want, I didn't want to. I didn't feel your presence, your aura when you came back to the room.
Yeah, I'm stateside. I'm stateside right now. I'm rocking out at my cousin's house, man. So,
you in Cali somewhere?
You know, I'm at my uncle's house. So I'm in Florida.
Oh, okay. That's what's up.
I'm gonna have to call Border Patrol and get on.
They call the SPCA. I'm having them 2 white bitches on that dog leash. Yeah, them bitches on that leash. They call the SPCA on them. So anyway, let me ask you, D. Like I said, first of all, I haven't spoken to you about a week. How was your holidays? Everything, Thanksgiving was fine.
Yeah, everything was good. We celebrate Thanksgiving way before you guys, but
when they do it up there in Canada?
Our Thanksgiving's like in October, man.
Oh, for Canada?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what's it called? Thanksgiving?
Oh
shit. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I understand.
They be way earlier than us, bro.
Okay, for sure. Okay, all right. Well, okay, but what are you playing? Are you still enjoying the X?
Yeah, man.
Oh, so what are you playing?
Yeah, I'm loving. To be really honest with you, I'm having like withdrawal, man, because like I'm away from it right now. I don't get back till like later. I get back like Thursday, And I wanna try that Destiny. I heard Destiny 2 today dropped their 4K patch, and I wanted to try that shit.
Oh,
It's not all that, man.
Does it have HDR or is just 4K?
No, it's just 4K. That's it. That's literally all they did was add 4K. That's it.
Oh, they had the HDR. I thought the HDR was. Oh wow. Okay.
Oh, but because
Do you have an X or do you have an S?
Digital Foundry even actually came out and said that they should have actually done 4K, bumped it up to 60 frames per second, and did HDR because the Xbox One X they can prove it can do it.
Definitely.
Well,
So they just did the Bungie shit and trying to stay loyal to PlayStation. Just gave you 4K and that was it.
Scott, what's going on, baby? All right.
Yeah, but before I left, I was playing a lot of UFC though. I really like that
UFC 3. The demo out?
Yeah, the demo was. I think today's the last day for the demo. I'm not sure if it might have ended yesterday. But the demo
was out. Yep.
Yeah, the beta. Sorry, the beta was fire. But one thing I did notice though is that they do have loot boxes in the Ultimate Team. They're gonna have loot boxes, so it's gonna be play to win for online. Now, if you just pick it up with a normal fighter and just play online, you'll be fine. But if you want to use like one of your own fighters that you created, it's going to be pay to win. So some motherfucker can just come in and put $50 on and just two-piece you up in the fight. You know what I'm saying? And I don't understand what's going on with them. They should have learned from Star Wars. Yet they're carrying on with this in this game, and it's a good game. And if they don't do something about these loot boxes, it's going to hurt this game too.
Well, the reason why I asked you, while you're still enjoying your X, I'm coming back to the VG charts because there were several people within the community that said they took back the Xbox One X, particularly Hard 8. He said he doesn't see the big difference between that and the Pro. And you have everything. You have the GTX 1080. You have the Pro. You got the Switch too, right? You got everything, right?
I have a Switch.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to question your sexuality. I didn't mean to question your sexuality live on air. But anyway. What are your thoughts? Is he full of shit? These guys, they're fucking clowns. Okay, they're taking trolling to a whole new level.
Yep.
All right, you have Digital Foundry coming out and saying that these games have a profound difference. Now today they did Fortnite. Now. In the patch for Fortnite, the frame rate suffered a little bit, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna patch it up. So let's put the frame rate aside. Graphically, they said it was a huge difference. You have games that are pretty much maxing out at 1440p on the PS4 Pro, and you have games that are doing double the resolution of 4K for the most part on the Xbox One X. Now, how you're gonna say that's not a big difference? I don't know, but let's just say. Well, sorry.
Nigga drinking.
Yeah, sorry, my bad. It was that wine at dinner. But no, seriously. Now, resolution aside, that's not the only improvement that you're seeing in these games. They're having a greater draw distance. They're having more shadows. They're having greater ambient inclusion. They're having better textures. Like, it's not just the resolution alone. These games are getting substantial bumps in the graphical department. Like, for instance, Fortnite, it's running at the epic game settings on PC, which is the max settings. The PS4 Pro is not doing that. So how these guys are saying, oh, I don't see a big difference. Either A, these guys are trolls, or B, they really need to go see an optometrist and get their eyes checked, because that is a bunch of malarkey. Straight up. They are just trolling. They're just trolling.
I agree with D. This is the most epic trolling I've seen in years, where people are going out, they're buying an X, knowing they're going to return it anyway, but they get it just so it can solidify their trolling in regards to not seeing a difference, similar to what Alex did. He just changed his mind about burning the X. He stood in line for 14 hours, though. He said free stuff. But, we all know what it is. Look, I'll put it like this. I don't care what these guys do. Because them returning their X doesn't affect me. And one of the guys in the chat asked me, well, why is developers are not using the full power of the X and things like that? You have to give it time. Developers, when they get these dev kits, they're just not able to make magic happen. They port the engine over. They got to see how the engine is going to run without any optimizations. Then they got to go in and optimize. Then they got to stress test. They got to see what they can add, how far they can really push it. A lot of that take time. The difference in that people is looking for, you're not going to see with these enhanced titles. The big difference that you all want to see. Now, it's a difference there, like D was stating. I don't know what kind of glasses or what kind of eyes these people have. The difference is there, but the huge difference that people want and are expecting, you won't see that. You have to give these devs at least a year or so with this dev kit to see what they can squeeze up out of it. It's gonna take time. This system, I believe, is going to be out for a long time, given it that it's going to take a while before they even maximize what this system is capable of. And the more optimization they do, the more they're going to be squeezing things out. The more optimizations Microsoft going to be doing on their end to free up more resources for the developers to get more out of it. We ain't even scratched the surface, and people is already complaining. I don't understand.
Well, on top of that,
fuck all that. All these people is watching YouTube videos and saying they don't see a difference. I don't give your opinion is immediately invalid as soon as you watch the YouTube video.
Let's talk about it, Mass.
That's just how it goes. As soon as you use a YouTube video as your reference for not seeing a difference between the games and how they look, your opinion becomes trash, just like it was when it came out your damn mouth. Period.
Talk about it. Talk about it, player.
Fuck all that extra.
You're trying to
all the normal factual stuff that they gonna need time, all that, whatever. As soon as you start comparing compressed YouTube videos, talking about, I don't see a difference. I don't care if you're watching it at 4K, it's a YouTube video. Every YouTube video goes through compression just to be uploaded, period. So as soon as you start using that as your basis for comparison, you're done.
You're an idiot.
Shut up. You're stupid. You become irrelevant.
You making a squeaky noise, bro. Let me tell y'all something.
Okay, go ahead.
Number one, I can't go back to a regular Xbox One. Like, that's out of the question. In fact, I haven't played my PS4 because I gotta get a PS4 Pro. It's that much of a difference. Like, I need to like, after seeing, you gotta remember, before the X came out and I didn't have a Pro, so I went to PC first. So I've seen everything with, like, you know, all the ultra settings and shit. Like, yo, going back, oh hell nah, bro. I think not. I think it's not, big fella. That's not what I'm doing. Like, I'm not playing PS4 unless we playing Street Fighter until I get that PS4 Pro. Like, I gotta have to. It's hard to look at that again, man. Like, even when I had them both at the same time, the regular Xbox One S and the PC, like, all I would play was 2K. Like, and I was just to play on my player. Like, going back is a no, big fella. Anybody who took their Xbox back, you never had it in the first place, bro. We know what it is. First of the month just happened, big fella.
Hey, yo,
you had to take it back.
Now listen,
you had to check it by the fifth.
That was due.
Hey, look. I would hate. Listen, I'm not a big fan of Hardy, but I would hate to question his integrity.
He had his shit from Renison. Real about it. Damn it. That nigga didn't own an Xbox One X. He got this shit from Renison and had to take the bitch back because he couldn't afford the fucking payments.
Hey, whoa. Yo, let's go. Next topic, man.
Yeah, but he was saying he couldn't tell the difference. You know, there's not a big difference between that and the Pro. I have a Pro, and I can say that I can really tell the difference between the Pro and the standard PS4. I mean, be honest with you. I mean, if you want to, you know, from that end. But wait, once a day, I want to get you, like I said, to get your game of the year for you. In the we had Zelda, Mario, Horizon Zero Dawn, Persona 5, and PUBG. Those are the options that are given. What are you going to go with for you?
Well, I haven't played PUBG yet, so I can't place my bet on it yet, to be honest with you. But I'm just gonna keep it funky here. I'm gonna keep it real. I think Horizon's gonna win.
Oh my goodness! Oh,
I'm just being honest. Horizon.
Yeah, it's possible.
out of all the games, Horizon has had the most impact. Well, you know, I don't know. Maybe Zelda too. Maybe Zelda.
It's between Zelda and PUBG.
It's gonna be between. It's PUBG's not gonna win it. It's gonna be between Zelda and Horizon. PUBG is a great game, but it's still kind of in the preview stage for starters. It hasn't really got an official release yet, and by the time it comes out next week, I think it's going to be a little bit late in the year for it to have an impact. I think next year, providing that it does good on the Xbox, which I think it will do, then it'll start getting some awards. But I don't think it's going to get it. I'm just being realistic. It's not going to get it.
All right. Now, okay, my brother.
Like if there was a category like, you know, best new game or best preview game or best game with potential or some shit like that, yeah, I would win it. But it has to prove itself a little bit more, to be honest. Just being honest.
All right. Well,
I'm getting the game. Don't get me wrong. I have it pre-ordered. I can't wait to crack it open. I'm gonna be playing it with you and everybody else in the crew. But I don't think it's gonna win Game of the Year. I'm just being honest.
Okay. All right. Mash, you there, Mash?
Yeah, Zelda's gonna win.
Yep.
Zelda's gonna win for you?
Yep.
Zelda's gonna win, period. For me, everybody else, Zelda's gonna win. Out of the game you name, I played more of PUBG than every other one of those games combined. But PUBG, the cheaters, the lag, the connection timeouts, all that stuff, all factors into me. Zelda's gonna win. I played more PUBG than all of them other games combined, and will continue to do so.
You're squeaking, bro.
Who's squeaking?
It's Mass.
It's me.
Yeah. Wait. You back there playing with some styrofoam or something? You all right, bro?
That's what it sounds like.
Bro, I've been moving all day. Half this shit in here ain't connected correctly.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie.
They sound like a mosquito pissing on cotton. Fuck going on in your house, bro?
That mouse in that wheel.
Yeah, that's what it sound like, man. He got the internet going on a hamster cage.
He got that ham sitting there on that wheel, keeping the internet going.
So for Master, you're gonna say Zelda. All right. Bryant, I guess for you gonna go with PUBG?
No, I can't. I haven't played PUBG, but that's literally the only game out of all of them I haven't played. Zelda's gonna win it.
Okay,
period.
Zelda. Okay. Well, for me, I haven't. Have I played any? Only game I played out of Exposed, right? The only one that I played that all these games is Horizon Zero Dawn, and to me that was very boring. I don't really particularly care for fetch quest games. You know, it looked good graphically. You know what I mean? The combat was cool, but I don't like I don't like, again, that's why I'm not a big fan of Grand Theft Auto. I don't like those fetch quest type games. You know what I mean? It's not my thing. You know what I mean? So, but it should be interesting. Now, I don't think Persona should get it. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think that should get it. But, you know,
you ain't got to worry about that. It's not.
Nah, Persona's not gonna get it.
I don't know, bro. They let them dick bosses.
Persona's not getting it.
You really think Persona's gonna get it over Zelda?
Bro, I done seen some weird shit in this community.
Hey,
about
bro,
this
I
damn
say
Persona
they gave what's that shit? Soccer cars, best sport, your best racer. You know what I mean? Like I lost all credibility with that.
I would have to say the reason why I think Horizon Zero Dawn's still in the running for it. I think it's a toss up between the two. But another reason why Zelda could get it, and you're gonna hate this answer, Z, but Switch is kind of the console of the fucking year, man. That console outdid everyone's expectations, mine's included. I did not think that console would do as well as it's doing, and
it's one MPD.
It's like I'm looking right now at Amazon, and they got like 2 fucking SKUs in the top, like 10, 15. Like the system, like we can dog it all we want that we don't like the games are on it and that the graphics are dog shit, but the system is selling like hotcakes.
You know why? Blame Obama. All this transgender shit going on in it. Like, fuck all that, right? Fuck that. But listen, right? Right? Check it out, right? Fuck that.
They'll get it later.
Yeah, fuck that. Look, check it out, right? All jokes aside, like, moving
in your mall. Hey, fuck that shit. Now you talking about me, bum ass nigga.
Whoa, relax.
Anyway, moving it right along. Nintendo, they just right up your alley here on your mask. They just announced today, or I think today, that they're gonna some of their major Wii and GameCube titles. They're gonna remaster, dog them up for the PC. You're gonna get Mario, Zelda, Metroid, Donkey Kong, all those games. And the reason why I'm bringing this up because I can really care less. My thing is, all those games still considered exclusives? Because saying that with Microsoft, but that doesn't count anymore. But
remastering for the
It's
PC.
still exclusive, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but not that I care, but I'm just saying, that was one of Nintendo's, thing that they don't put their exclusive on other platforms. If you want, exclusive game, and I said this last year, when them putting that Mario game on iOS and Android phones and PC or whatever it is, they are sticking their foot in that, getting that the big money, the more money. Say more money, more money, more money. You know what I mean?
The horizons.
So what do you guys think? Like, is it a good thing, bad thing? I was reading some comments from a couple of Nintendo guys. They're kind of pissed off about it. Like, what do you guys think? Is it going to sell?
Yeah, I think it'll sell.
It's going to sell.
The industry's going that way, man. Everybody, look, this whole thing where it's not exclusive because it's on PC was just a chest pounding hyperbole for Mugs and this console war thing.
For Sony.
All companies is going to do it. PlayStation said they going to jumpsuit, and then it only makes sense for Nintendo to do the same thing, man. It's just going to happen. It's the way of the world.
I look at it like this: hardware is no longer that important, man. It's all about software and services. And,
exactly.
People kind of crush Microsoft for having this foresight to say, "Hey, we want to make our games as accessible as possible." Sony and Nintendo is in the same mindset, and this just kind of solidifies the foresight that Microsoft had in regards to doing the Play Anywhere titles, allowing their titles on the PC and on Steam in some cases. You're gonna see this from Sony and Nintendo. Sony already did it with with their online thing where you can play PS4 games, and Nintendo the game Mario game for the iOS was just a test bed for that, and them allowing it on PC, I think it's gonna sell. I know even though it's a lot of emulators out there that allow you to play.
But an official though, this is the first time Nintendo was doing something like that. Putting in an official Mario game, like you can go to Zelda. You know what I mean?
I think it's gonna sell because you probably could get a more smoother play experience than you would with some of the emulators. So I think people are definitely gonna want to buy. I'm interested to see how they run and what type of resolutions and I know you can expect. Mario at 100 frames per second gonna be nice, huh, King?
yeah, but they said remastered.
Let it be known I don't play Mario at all.
Yeah, they said it would be remastered. So whatever that means or whatever. I'm not a big Nintendo. I just don't care for the titles. But like I said, I'm just shout out to my man Obi-Wan. He had an emotional breakdown today. Called me crying. Mario is going to Steam. But like I said, it is what it is, man. But everyone gave their game of the year. More or less, it's got this. The video they have so many damn categories. I'm gonna say mine. Even though I'm not going to give it to PUBG, just that the impact that it's having on the culture right now. And everyone's PUBG crazy. They gave soccer cars best racer. Anything's happening. You know what I mean? So whether it's in beta, trial, or whatever. You know what I mean? Also, like I said, Sony's going to have their PlayStation event this Saturday. I think it's this Saturday and this Sunday, or either Friday and Saturday. But I'm a little disappointed because they're not having a conference. They're not having a show. Like, what do you guys thought about? I thought they would. I'm gonna be honest with you. If they'd have had they did have a pretty, I guess, strong Paris Games Week. They had that, and then of course E3. They didn't do Gamescom, but they did Paris Game Show, and then would have ended it with what do you call it? The PlayStation event. Now the rumor has it that Capcom was supposed to be showing their new. They got a new Street Fighter game that's coming out. Street Fighter something. They're supposed to be showing their, playable, whatever the case may be, but they're not having a conference. How do you guys feel about that? You know what I mean? And also, because you think it's smart. Talk. Why?
The reason why is they don't need to announce any more games. They didn't announce enough now. They need to sell. They need to actually start, putting out footage and selling you the content that they've been showing since E3 and since the last show. You got God of War coming out in March. They need to start revving up marketing for that as well, and announcing any new titles right now will probably I wouldn't say it will take away from it that much, but you should really want to focus on the content that you have announced. So you got Days Gone in Detroit and all these games coming up, and the New Year's right around the corner. So it's just time to double down on that, strengthen the marketing, and just continue to sell the games to their fan base. And I think that's what they're gonna do at PSX. Um, I think they announced enough content to get them through to E3. I mean, people know what's coming. They don't have any release dates on them. I think you probably get a lot more release dates at PSX, but I just think they just need to double down and on what they've already shown instead of announce new things.
Well, where is it? Well, the rumor has it they supposed to give us, not us, but they supposed to show or announce Devil May Cry 5. Again, you got the new exclusive that's already been confirmed. Street Fighter, whatever X something, whatever that was called. They're supposed to get our first a second glimpse at that. I think they showed a little bit at E3. Oh, sorry, Paris Game Week. One of those shows they showed a little bit of it. They're supposed to show more of that, like they did. What's that? In 2015, or when they showed Street Fighter at the PlayStation event, when it was rumored to be exclusive, then it came out to be true. It's like leading, like you said, for the last how long have they been doing it for? 3 years now. Leading to each PlayStation experience. They've been rumored games, and the games that have been said to be rumored have come out to be have been true. Like I said, PlayStation, Street Fighter 5. I never thought in a million years that Street Fighter 5 would be exclusive. And I like the game. I like people don't like. I like Street Fighter. I like fighters. You know what I mean? They got the next Street Fighter. I don't know what the hell Microsoft's doing. Like I said, another game, Devil May Cry. So somebody just said they're supposed to have a sit down. They're supposed to have a sit down or something like Microsoft did at Look, let's something. Like I said, and Kojima is supposed to also. I don't know, is it at Gamescom or is it at Perry? But he's supposed to have their game is supposed to be slated to come out in 2018. Pull that off? Yeah, you can that's like bananas. If they was able to pull it off and get they got God of War. I'm excited about that. No Days Gone, Detroit, Death Stranded. What else I'm missing? I know I'm missing something. And God of War in Detroit. This was Spider-Man,
God of War, Death Stranded, all that in 1 year. That's
damn.
Yeah, and then on top of the third-party exclusive that they keep rounding up, that'll be a monster year, man. That would be a monster year. You can't really down. I don't care. You Nintendo fan, Xbox. You can't really downplay that lineup there.
Nah, you can't.
They're firing on cylinders with that one. Like I said,
I'll be surprised if that Death Stranding comes out though.
Me too.
Listen, and again, and not speaking from, as a business decision. What Sony has been the best with decision in business, but I think that's just too much. And it, like what I mean, like in 1 year, because now between those big 5 or 4 AAA exclusive, you have the multiplats. You got the Red Dead Redemption that's supposed to be at the beginning of the year. You got that, whatever's coming out, the next Duty, whatever's coming out next year, all the big multiplayer, you have that also. I don't know if Sony's going to, like I said, allow 4 AAAs. I mean, it's one every 3 months. You know what I mean? Nintendo can do it because Nintendo doesn't have any third party to really compete with, so they can get away with doing that. You know what I mean? But you got to market and advertising for, like I said, at least 3 months or whatever you mean on the market.
Yeah, I don't see them. I don't see them doing that. I see them. They have to find a strategic way to spread their content out because their first party will also be competing with third party release launches, and then you got your big titles like Red Dead Redemption coming out next year. You probably have more than likely you're gonna have it's inevitable another Call of Duty. So it probably another Battlefield. So and some other big name third party titles as well that we probably don't even know about that might come out next year. So you have to be conscious of how you.
What about Shenmue 3? Is that
I don't know when Shenmue.
That looked horrible. That last one.
Shenmue ain't coming out for at least 2 years. At least, at the very least.
Y'all gonna stop hating on Shenmue. Shenmue is godly.
Nah, man, that's just so 7 copies.
I backed the damn thing. It ain't coming out for 2 years.
Shenmue.
It's just a fact. ain't no hating. I backed the damn thing as soon as it was up, but it ain't coming out for years.
Yo, all jokes aside, no shade throwing. I wish Sony would have really, or whoever, or they could have. The thing with I want to say this right. A lot of things with Shenmue, this is like iconic franchise. but it never sold well. And then it bankrupt Sega. You know what I mean? It was like I said, ahead of its time. I get where they were trying to go with it, and I liked it for the hardcore. But that game right there, I said for games to be successful, they have to appeal to the casuals and all that dialogue, talking and walking. The average Joe's they weren't trying to get down with all. Like I said, it never really sold well. You know what I mean? It was a great game, but I wish Sony or whoever would have got fully behind the game and gave it a true next generation version of a game. You know what I mean? Because we just seen the a little bit that they showed. It looked horrible. It looked like Virtua Fighter 4 on the 360. Literally, that's what it looked like to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The problem with Shenmue, especially Shenmue 3, is that there are so many other games that does what Shenmue does better that are out now and look like they came out now.
Explain it. Like what?
Like GTA, just as a general that you can do anything type game. GTA does Shenmue better than Shenmue in all reality. Like hell, Saints Row, and even though that's ridiculous, but there are games that does the Shenmue thing better than Shenmue, and Shenmue at this point in time is just people who caught the nostalgia train trying to finish the story that they started, over a decade ago. Pretty much what Shenmue is at this point in time. Including me. I'm included in that. Like I said, I backed it. So I'm included in that. I just wanted to finish the story. Thing that I started.
Yeah. Well, again, like I said, I just for it to be a iconic franchise like that, and you gave us a little bit about the Japanese culture and how they do. Mass, you spoke on it, infinitely lightly people. Because it make no sense, like I said, new game, new title, maybe why Microsoft didn't hop on it. They probably did, you know what I mean? I know they had one for, like I said, for the original Xbox. I got it right here somewhere. Didn't do well. You know what I mean? But Japan rocks out with Japan. You know what I mean? You really, I thought that was just the same, something we should assume. But the way you explained it, as far as the government and how they get funding and stuff, Japan really rock out with Japan. You know what I mean? They took it on first.
They are all about it, and I guarantee that game will sell more in Japan than it will anywhere else combined. It'll sell more in Japan than everywhere else on the planet combined. Guaranteed.
It probably has a cult following over there. You know what I mean? But it's never really sold well. Never really sold well. And so
here's the schedule. They got a PlayStation VR game panel. They got Media Molecule presents Dream. So the game Dream, what seems like it had died, is coming back to life. They've been working on that game for a long time. IGN is ranking the top 10 PlayStation games of all time. They got the Ghost of Tsushima from concept to reveal. So I guess they're going to.
This had PlayStation Next.
Yeah, this at PSX.
Now, are we going to see this? Are they having a show, or what?
They're going this what they're going to live stream. They got the Uncharted 10th anniversary celebration, and then they got the Last of Us Part 2 Meet the Cast, and they say you can watch it all happen live. I don't know if they're going to have any announcements in between there, but that's pretty much the schedule they released.
Time to pay the bills. Your boy Super Jamaican dropped 2 in the super chat. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, well, appreciate it, Super Jamaican.
He said next Gen 720 about to pull an Iron Wolf this weekend.
Stop cheating your taxes. Stop cheating your taxes, man. Hey, you know what's crazy, right? I've been getting that all week, man. Well, they said next Gen you hanging around too many ponies.
Okay, Storm Shadow. Have you played PUBG? Because I hate when I hate when people say a game look like shit and think it automatically plays like shit because it looks like shit. I can say the same thing for the first Crackdown. The first Crackdown didn't look too pleasing, and you might say it looked like shit, but the gameplay was fun as fuck. And excuse my vulgarity, it was real fun, and that's why people enjoyed Crackdown. Now you heard King's Blood Gaming, who plays PUBG all the time. They have a PUBG team. He says the game plays smooth. He plays it at 100 frames per second. They pretty much got the kinks out of a system.
Wait, hold on one second.
And you sit up here and tell me it looks and plays like dog shit. Let's get there. It's a difference.
That's what they're seeing online. People turn all the PC guys turn the settings down. Like we don't play with anything up. We don't play on ultra setting. Nothing.
Nope. Nothing.
We want frames. We don't care about anything like that. Like Frames per second is what matters the most. You're not looking at the real game. When you turn it up, it looks pretty good. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, yo,
It's not the best looking, but it's good.
What y'all do, Keith?
Reshade
What do
and
they
stuff
do
like
on
that
the
on.
Mass
We
and
turn it all
Keith?
down.
What do y'all do on the PC when it comes to y'all turn what down?
I turn down all graphic settings.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, hold up.
Everything, right?
Hey, yo, my man, shout out to Super Bill. He said, hey, Post, for you being on the show for a while, you know this is a drug-free show, right? He said, you talking about the first crack. They said the last crackdown looked like shit, too.
Hey, look, hey, last one. Look, all of the crackdowns pretty much.
The one they showed at Comic-Con.
Oh, all of them. Crackdown 1, 2, 3. All of them graphically wasn't impressive, but the gameplay was freaking awesome. It was fun, especially doing it co-op, jumping from buildings, getting the orbs, and upgrading, and then just going tearing the city up. That was fun. When you got gameplay that is fun, I can get care less how a game
hilarious to me. You know, what'd be hilarious to me is these dudes be out there like, yo, you know, this game looks like trash, or these Xbox games look like trash. And then we're like, but will it be fun? And then they were like, well, it doesn't compare to these games, and they'll show the PS4 games. And then they will talk about Mario and Zelda and Xenogears or Xenoblade Chronicles and be like, look, Nintendo focuses on gameplay. Nigga, which is it? Because you said two different things. In the same goddamn sentence. Yes. Which one is it? Is it the matter? Is the frames, or is it what it looks like? Is it the gameplay? Which one is it? Because you said different things about the same damn subject.
Maslin, you got to understand, most of these grown men want to be 13-year-old girls in private school. You understand that? Like,
get them.
You got to understand, this is not just an Xbox podcast. There's a lot of PlayStation guys out there too, and we all know what they want. You know what I'm saying? They love that look. They love that private school dress with the plaid skirt look. That's their thing. All right, let them do it, bro. Don't hate on them.
Oh man, he said, yo. Hey, yo, they shot out, man. He said, man, the last one was like shit, too. That joke was just terrible, man. Y'all don't ease up in the chat, man. Let's say, like I said, go.
Before you move on, Z, I just want to say this, though. I was watching a video on Hardware, I think it's Hardware Unboxed, one of the channels, and they ran a test on PUBG on like a whole bunch of different configurations. And I'm pretty confident that it's going to run at 1080p. It's going to have a 1080p 60 frames per second mode on the Xbox One X, because I see less capable systems on the PC and they're running it like at 97, 100 frames per second with pretty good settings. So I think it's going to get 1080p 60. I think maybe somebody told the guy, hey, you know what, walk it back because, you know, it might not be a lock 60 at launch. We're going to probably have to tweak it a little bit as we go along. That was the main guy. Yeah, but I think they want to lower the expectations, because perhaps not the first or second week it might not be at 60 frames per second, but I don't think this game will go a month without it hitting a 60 frames per second mode, because let's be honest, the hardware is capable of doing it. So
wait, hold up. This is the thing that needs to happen. Somebody at Microsoft needs to grow a pair of balls and say they can be different. They've said it already. But you need to prove the actions. It's the same thing with them saying we got all these games in development, and that's cool. But right now, I haven't seen any action that backed up anything you said.
Well,
Mike, you said they don't have to be the same. Show me they don't have to be the same, because this is a game where it's very easy to do.
Maslin, what you and D are not understanding is that EA just went through this big thing with the microtransactions about people saying that, you know, that people are paying to be better. Also, the thing that Microsoft is going through is people are saying that 60 frames per second makes you a better gamer, basically, than the 30 frames per second guys stuck on the S. So this is an internal problem. This is not, more than likely, this has nothing to do with anybody over there, any of the devs at Bluehole. This got something to do with us. And we alienated each other. Everybody tomorrow, yeah, 60 frames, 60 frames per second. All them 30 frames per second guys got mad. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And that's why,
because they don't know the difference. That's the problem.
But now they don't understand what frame
complain are ignorant as hell as to what these things do.
Hey, no, right. They don't understand what frames per second is. They don't understand. They don't understand what it is.
No, listen, you guys are understanding. You had people in the Xbox community that supposedly have an X was siding with the 30. Said no, they want parity. And literally, like, we all said each other. I was bugging like, what the hell? What? That's like you buying a $300,000 Lamborghini. And you got a governor convert on him. You can't go over 60 miles per hour because of state law. Like, what are you doing? What are we doing?
Let me tell you something. That's just stupid. And Colt, hold on a second. Colt did a video. I think it was today or yesterday. And he brought up some good points. Like, for instance, I have an Elite controller. I can tweak my Elite controller to have a lot better responsiveness than a regular Xbox controller. Where I can probably I can cap you quicker than you can cap me. Exactly. He also brought up the fact that some people play with their headphones, and it's true. If you play with the headphones, and you have the surround.
All of these things.
You're the guy coming up around.
Yep. Yeah. And see,
like, so people asking for parity, like, seriously, like, stop it. Just stop it.
To what D said, is true. Yeah, y'all shouldn't be worrying about the frames. Y'all need to be worried about people with these Elite controllers and with these
Marauders. Right, these 1 millisecond monitors like me.
Exactly.
Like, that's what you need to be worried about.
Dolby Atmos headphones where you can literally pinpoint someone's location off sound. You can literally hear footsteps in every drop of everything. When people tried to laugh at someone, I think it was Dealer, because he said headphones will have a bigger impact than the frames. He is right, because if you have on a headphone that supports Dolby Atmos, oh my, you will hear things in that thing that you never thought or known was in there. You will hear all types of sounds. You will be able to know somebody walking up behind you, bro.
Also, I wasn't here earlier, but real quick, I don't know that this was said. Frames don't make you faster, so stop with that stupidity. Stop it. That's not what that does. They're gonna be moving fast. Notice how fast my frames are ever.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Let me tell you guys something. Here's a little something for you guys. Zaire is, he half-taught it when it comes to TV. So he always like visuals. He always playing the game the best. This man plays with the HDR mode on, and he be at like 130 milliseconds of time.
What's happening?
Like, something real crazy.
I'm walking across the screen.
It's crazy. Like, I always knew I was gonna beat him in 2K, because I know he can never make shots. He like a few frames off, so I know he's not making any shots.
hey yo, listen.
I will always control the center and just make sure he don't go to the well. One day I felt bad and just told him, like, yo, bro, the reason why you never make no shots because you don't never got your TV in game mode.
Exactly. Oh, no.
Hey man, I just
still lost.
No, hell no. Hey, I just like how that thing look. I want my eyes to melt, man. That new thing right there, man. Shit.
And take L's. That's what you do. So we allow you to do so, bro. You have that choice.
Hey, bro, look what happened. Hey, bro, what happened? When last we played? Post Sunday? What was it, Sunday?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Sunday. I had the game in dynamic, HD, everything, but look, I came from my remote to my TV. Man, I still put up 30, 35. I'm like, what's happening? I'm walking across the screen. What's happening?
Trash Dookie though, bro. Tell me.
I ain't nothing
He's the only dude that can just literally Jason walk across the map. He get his Jason walk, his Michael Myers walk on.
Stiff as hell.
All through the map. Shotgun and everybody. He don't wall bounce to do none of that. He just
hey yo, I got that shit down to a sweet science, yo.
Gotta see this shit, man.
Hey yo, I walk my knees don't even bend. I walk like a straight, like I need a massage.
Different than the dry ass man.
Yeah, this shit straight, tripping across the screen, knocking niggas' heads over. That's shoddy. I guess like I said, something else I wanted before we got the hell up out of here. Oh, they talking about D when it's 60 frame mode. Hey, but D, what you were saying about PUBG? You predicted it should have 60. They too much credit.
I'm quite confident at some point in time they're gonna get up to 60 frames per second because the hardware can do it, definitely. And like he was saying in that interview, that it's a closed box environment, so they're able to tweak it even further to get specific optimization for that console. So I'm sure, and they pretty much alluded to that. Like when he came out and said that when he walked back his comment of the 60 frames per second, he said he was pretty clear that he said at launch it will launch at 30 frames per second, not that it was going to stay at 30 frames per second.
Yeah.
He never said that.
One thing you forget though,
People
Bluehole is already
just running with it because we all went crazy with the 60 frames per second, so they just want us to eat some crow. But the truth of the matter is that it's gonna get to 60 frames per second. We just don't know the D-date of it.
Garbage.
But one thing
People
you
always
forget,
trying to call that CPU garbage and don't even understand how a CPU works. Lord, have mercy.
Hey, yo, wait, hold on.
let me tell you something. This is one that you and D are forgetting. Bluehole is already working on their next project. You understand that? Like they don't like. I hate to break it to you, but Xbox don't get what Xbox get. If the Xbox One S can't hit 60, the X won't do 60. They're gonna stay together. It is what it is. It's getting parity.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
So you think they're gonna let the S go at 30 frames and let the X go at 60?
I hope so.
Why not? Why not? Why would they not?
Run right. I can guarantee you right now, the X can run this game at 60 FPS.
He said that.
Easy. I'm telling you this as a damn fact.
It was doing 30 to 40 unoptimized.
When you get to higher base areas, when the red zone is around you, it'll have drops because it has drops on PC, and that's just them not optimizing their game.
But to see the beauty of
it can hit 60 FPS right now.
It can,
and he already knows it. They're already testing it. That's why he said that to begin with. But then somebody came to him from Microsoft. Walk that back, Pimp.
Exactly.
Ain't got it. Hold up, real quick. We ain't gonna do that right now. So until somebody at Microsoft grows some damn balls and says, "Hey, this is how we."
Yeah, but
everybody move on. It's not gonna happen. Somebody has to set the precedent. And Microsoft right now, they are in the hurry up and wait thing. They're not in the precedent setting mode that they have been for years when they put out something and then it doesn't quite work and they walk it back after the fact. They're not even going to do it. They're just going to let stuff happen naturally. And until somebody forces the issue, it's not going down.
DRM, I'm going to have to respectfully disagree with you on this.
Here you go. Let's go.
But Mike Ybarra already came out on Twitter and he actually said no, it was not them. So I'm gonna take him. I'm gonna take that comment at face value, and I'm gonna say it's something. It's something with the developer. They wanted us to make sure that they're gonna get this 60 frames per second before they go running off at the mouth. I think that's what the situation is. Because like I said, the beauty about the X is that it really is like a PC. So based on the hardware that it has inside of it, we have not exactly the same, but we have similar enough on the PC side to know what it can do. So when you have when you have benchmarks on the PC side of lesser hardware doing 60 frames per second 1080p on this game, then you know that the Xbox One X can do it. So it's not an issue of if it can do it. It's just I just think they want to get it up to snuff before they make that bold claim. And maybe they're leaving it like this because maybe it doesn't stay locked at 60. Maybe it hits 60, maybe it drops down to 54, 53, and maybe that's why they're walking it back like this. I guess we'll find out when it gets
positive it drops down.
You know what you're forgetting?
I'm positive that that is not the issue.
I keep telling you guys, it is what it is. Whatever the S doing in frame rate is what the X is going to do. As long as it is multiplayer gameplay. That's not
true because we already have.
What?
No, I don't think so.
What game?
Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Yeah. What about Star Wars Battlefront 2? It's 60 on the S and it's 60 on the X.
Oh, yeah.
There is no game that has different frame rates in multiplayer on Xbox at all. That's exactly what it is. And for the S to be able to do 60, we got to get over that old diva thing about how the games look. You got to drop PUBG below 720p to get that 60 frames per second.
Yeah, but when you have Microsoft
coming, yes, they can do it.
Yeah, but Garrett, when you have Microsoft coming out and saying that they're not stopping it from being 60 to 30.
Hit the like button
on Microsoft's side. It's not.
Microsoft also told you 4K uncompromised. What are we getting? 1720.
All of their games, all of their first-party games are 4K uncompromised. What are you talking about?
Put them in this place, D.
All of
that. Put them in this place, D.
I wouldn't get adaptive scaling. Pretty much. Even
what games? 4K or are they dynamic?
They're Gears of War runs at 4K.
Oh, got him.
Halo.
Is it 4K?
Halo. Hold on. Halo. Halo runs at 4K.
Gears got adaptive resolution too.
Halo is known for dynamic scaling. Try again, big fella.
But it's running at 4K though.
Got him.
Yeah, we can look in the sky.
But it's running at 4K.
You look in the sky. Yo, y'all gotta stop this, bro. Y'all gotta stop this. 1800p is not 4K.
What?
1800p is not
like 1800p.
It's 4K to me, bro. It's 4K to me.
Oh,
it maintains 4K most of the time.
Stop it. Dynamic scaling means that they couldn't hold 4K. It is what it is.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk. He's saying it's
Dynamic
4K
scaling. Dynamic scaling.
And don't get it twisted. I have no problem with dynamic scaling. I like good frame rates.
It scales down the odd. It scales down the odd time in. The majority of the time, it's at 4K. Be honest with you. And when it dips, you don't really.
Majority is not all the time. That's
but you know what?
I'm on your business, man.
The majority is not all the time.
90% 4K in Halo.
That's
then
that's not
you're right. You are misconstruing what we're saying. Neither one of us has a problem with the dynamic.
I think you do.
Like what?
We don't. We play on PC. I want the best frame rate possible. So if you need to scale the resolution, do your thing. I don't care. But it's not what they said. So if we're going by what they said, all these companies, Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, they all be on some bullshit all the time. They can say anything, right? They can say anything to try to market the console.
But in my personal opinion, I don't think the 60-30 frame thing is something to do with the regular Xbox One S. In this case, I don't.
I do.
The reason why I say that, you have to look into the context of the uncompromised statement that they made. And it was always in the context of whatever game that's running on the Xbox One or the Xbox One S at 30 frames or 60 frames, it'll be able to run at those frame rates, but do 4K on the X uncompromised. That's what they meant by that. That's what they meant by that.
I'm rocking with
the moment you put dynamic scaling in there, it's compromised.
Oh man, you know what? Fuck you.
That's why.
But the engine of the game is already dynamic. Period. So
got him.
It ain't on PC.
Shit.
Right.
It ain't on PC.
Yeah, but it is on the console. It was dynamic from the start. That's why without a patch, it started to run at a higher resolution without a patch.
But then it came with a patch.
Uncompromised. In fact, like people believe that Titanfall 2 was actually 6K, bro. That thing be hovering around 1440, 1600. Like it goes to 4K, yeah. But it does come back down. Like, come on, man. We got to be honest about that.
No. When Digital Foundry actually retested it, that's not true. It stayed at 4K for most of the time, and even went back up.
It stayed at 4K for most of the time.
That's right.
It stayed at 4K most of the time. You can't be serious, big fella.
They repatched it. What are you talking about?
Serious right now.
No, you're wrong on that game. You're wrong on that game.
They did patch it. They patched it, and it got better frame rates and stuff. It went higher than what the Pro. What happened was it was dropping below the Pro. That's what happened. It goes higher up to like 1440p.
From what I remember, on the second run through of that game,
it drop.
I can make it Foundry doing on that the second run through. It did 4K, and they confirmed that it even went to 6K, but they said it didn't do 6K most of the time.
Right. You're absolutely right.
The moment a Titan blows up, it goes down, big fella. I know. I play that game all the time. I kill people. PC, Xbox. I am God in that game. Nobody won it. Nobody.
You might play it. That's why. Shit, dog.
Stop it, big fella. Stop it. You trashing it. That's what happened. You trash.
See me on Titan.
Don't worry. I'll show you how to play it next time.
Hey, yo, King.
You on that too.
Hey, yo, King. He tried that pin walk in Titanfall. It didn't work.
That Jason walk got smacked in the back of his head.
Anybody can see me in Gears? What's happening?
Man, listen, you trashing that.
Hey yo, he was like, I think I'm finally getting the hang of it.
Hey Post, man, 3 kills. Hey yo, you was in that match. I went the whole round without getting killed. Was 16-0? That shit was wild, bro. Hold on,
Don't get it twisted. I don't got no hate for the X. One thing about the X, like I was telling my homies on PC earlier, console us X, we don't care that if it reaches 4K all the time. We really don't. As long as it's better than PlayStation, it don't fucking matter. You know?
Look, man.
That's really the true narrative when it goes down to it, bro. Look, they be like, well, it's not real 4K. It's higher than the Pro, though. You know?
I mean, console gamers, especially in regards to the X, we're just not being able to see 4K textures and see 4K resolution. the see resolution. Why you do that, man? You just threw me off.
Hey, my man, shout out to Shotgun Blaze. That was funny. That was a good one.
We're just not really seeing this, but I would say this. And in regards to what was just said and what Z said about people returning their X, give it time. I guarantee you, people be running back to the store, picking that thing up.
Hey,
once they get the juices flowing in that boy.
Hey, I'm gonna say this right here, right?
Real talk. Watch.
We gonna close the show with this. Listen, first of all, shout out to everybody that rocked out. Shout out to everybody, my brother Super Jamaican that dropped $1 in whatever you dropped in the super chat. I appreciate it. We got a new button right here. Here's Shameless Plug called the sponsor. You get your own emojis. You take your trolling to the next level right there in the sponsor tab. Anyway, right? I want to say this right before we get the hell up out of here, right? Because people been, you know what's crazy? Every time someone turns in their X or whatever, I don't know why. I guess because I'm the Godfather, right? I get 1,000 tweets and just listen, that's been that joke at MO since you've been watching it. Whether it's crazy, I'm not gonna say no names, right? That's what I'm rocking through the he said see shit thing. But but they be having like tabs, like polls. When you gonna trade in his GTX 1080? Is this and that? For anyone to say that there's not a difference, I'm saying this again, between the Pro and the X, they're not being honest. Like what I mean?
Facts.
That's and again, and there's no shade at Sony. I have both. Like I have both consoles. I have a 4K TV. You try to rip my man dealer to when he get a Walmart TV and shit. Bells and whistles, right? There is a difference, a noticeable difference. I mean, I'm not talking about a little bit. Like there is a big difference. Like I told you guys, when even with Gears, the campaign, that was just like going into like like this. I got the same feeling from the Pro that I got from the S. Wasn't that big? It's not no shade. It wasn't that big of a deal. But the X, I got the same. Because there's next your bias, all right. The same feeling I got from the PS4 in 2013 is the same feeling I got from the X. The same feeling I got for the Xbox One in 2013 is the same feeling I got from the X. I can never go back from the X to the S again. That's done. You know what I mean? I don't even. I don't know why I even kept the damn console. That's done. But I can't go from the Pro to the PS4 Slim because it's a little more.
Bro, look, I can't even watch TV on the 1080p TV no more, bro.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm keeping it on web buck.
It's just different, man. And Gears, everybody that I know who've got an X and who have played Gears in the enhanced mode, my God. Like very, 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 very impressed. I think that's really a showpiece for the X right now, in terms of if you want to see what type of quality that's going to come down the line. It's going to get even better than that. Just imagine. Just imagine it getting better than Gears of War 4. Come on now.
Yeah, and look, just
know where we going. Y'all just focus on it now. You got to look ahead.
Oh, man, my wood buffing alarm going off. What the hell?
It's true though. Hey, yo, it's true though. Hey, this is so wood buff, yo.
You sound like a shaky suit.
I was going into my
But to follow up from what Z said, man, as an owner of the Pro 2, man, yo, that difference is there. This, and look, I hate Horizon Zero Dawn. I may have not liked the game, but the game does look fantastic. But I'm telling you, the Xbox One X, man, once you get it hooked up and get all the there's a big difference. There is a big difference. We're talking about a substantial difference. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the way that it is.
All right. But listen, you want to say something, Brian, before we get the hell about it?
Yeah, Z, Mr. Free to Be Me said, damn, Super Chat doesn't accept PayPal.
Yes, they do. Oh, here you go, right here. I'm going to do the link right here. Go to the link right here, good brother. You must get an iPhone. Wait, hold on.
And I want to pronounce that wood buffer.
Tell you, bro. It was in full effect. Full effect.
Oh, I got you, Mr. Pretty Man. That's my brother.
My bro called me out. My bro say you wood buffer. Calm down, play.
Just let you know, bro.
I ain't mad at him. You gotta tap me on the shoulder every once in a while.
There you go, my man, Mr. Free to Be Me. I got you right now. I'm sorry, supporters, man. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't. I don't know if it's Android. I didn't realize somebody told me that. Hey, I can't leave with donations if I got an iPhone. So there you go. That's the link right there. Hey, this nigga Josh, nigga free from someone else about his food stamp cards. But anyway, but again, like I said, also I'm saying we get listen. I enabled the sponsor tab for those who want to take your children to the next level. You can sponsor, get your own emojis. Link for what you call, like I said, anything else? Listen, also guys, swing by the website. We gotta get this thing back here, probably back in full swing mode. You know what I mean? I didn't get the link to the site. Yes, I do. Also,
White Kong, you smoking crack, bruh.
What do you say?
Titanfall 2 does not look better than Gears. What the fuck are you smoking?
He's trolling you, bro.
Yeah, no, Titanfall look good. It look good, but you know what I mean?
All day in the chat, man.
Yeah.
Not mad at him. You go back and read
man.
some of the stuff he been saying, you'll be like, what?
I'm gonna tell you, Titanfall 2 is my favorite game, but it don't look better than Gears, bro. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Titanfall 2 look like Call of Duty.
White Kong is practicing the stand-up, man. He's a funny cat, man.
Yeah, that's what Nintendo dude. He said, "Nah, you guys are fraud because you guys was complaining about 2K being 30 frames on the Switch. We was complaining because the Switch is a dog shit console, man. Shit, no grown man. That shit, that shit.
2K's also dumbed down on the Switch. That's a fact, and I own one.
Oh, talk about it.
Oh, Brian bought a Switch.
Come on, man. No, I didn't buy it. It was a gift. But
Brian said he only played his Nintendo Switch with sandals on. Sandal man.
Sandal
man.
man.
I switched my pop pain pills, and I can't do shit.
Oh,
I ain't mad at you, bro.
TMI. We're gonna listen. With that right there, we're gonna close the show with sponsor. This is OxyContin. We're gonna get the hell out of here. You know what I mean? It's been a great shooting the show again. When's the video game award show? It's Thursday.
Friday.
Friday. Whatever. We're gonna we come back together Friday and do something.
So what? The video game show is Friday. Isn't the PSX Friday too?
Saturday.
Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Saturday.
It's gonna be a busy week, so we're gonna be doing that thing all week, man. Also, here go the last thing we got to get up out of here. Where are we? I just lost. I see. Damn, they got this new. I see they closed VidMe. They didn't close VidMe.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Hold up, man. I can't even get up in here. I was trying to leave a link for the new God of War demo. I'm a big God of War fan. Jesus, I love that damn game, man.
Yeah, I might have to look at it. I heard it was looking really good.
Yes, sir. It looks.
You was a Wii Tennis All-Star fan too. You ain't fool. Didn't be lying when he say he never had a Nintendo or he don't mess with Nintendo or Nintendo.
I had my last Nintendo. I had a Wii U. I unboxed it on my channel.
I know you had a Wii U.
Mario Kart in the girdle.
Yeah, that shit ain't for me, bro. I can get my
party playing Nintendo Switch, trust me.
I can't get with that, man. I can't rock out like that.
Yo, real talk. As soon as we get off, Z about to pop out his 3DS.
Right. People gotta look. I want to do a shameless plug here. Tomorrow, I'm gonna put up a video for SDR and HDR settings on for all you new OLED owners. So they're gonna be some.
I'm gonna go buy me an OLED.
That's what's up.
Your OLED is the truth. And
what is it? Was it B6? Was it C7 or whatever the hell?
They're all the same. The B7, the C, the E, the W. They're all the same. The only difference on these TVs are basically the sound that you get out of them. So some of them have like a sound bar, but they all give you the exact same picture quality. So, but this TV is the truth, and like everyone was worried about burning. And my TV, I use it as a monitor. Like I have my TV hooked up to it. Yeah, but I don't have any type of burning on my TV. I just
will this TV support HDMI? Was it 2.0 with the FreeSync and stuff? The cases.
Well, HDMI 2.1 is backwards compatible with HDMI 2.0. So it's up to these companies to enable the features. Now I can tell you what they can enable. They can enable the variable frame rate. So the VRR. They can enable that. They can up the chroma subsampling to 10 bits, but they're gonna have to do it at 420. They could do it at 420, and they could enable 120 hertz at 420 chroma subsampling at 4K.
So
that's basically it that we can get that HDMI 2.1 does.
There's some stuff that's coming with 2.1 that the other HDMI is just not going to be able to do. It's going to be a few things they're going to be able to enable, but the whole list of things that's coming, it won't be able to get everything.
Because some of it's hardware locked, like the chroma subsampling at 444 at 10 bits and like 12 bits and all this shit. It's gonna be locked to the new hardware, right? So you're gonna need a new processor for that. So you're gonna need a new TV. So the fact that they just finalized the specifications pretty much tells me that we're not going to see these on 2018 TVs. I could be wrong, but logic would say that we're not going to see this until 2019 TVs. And it looks like the Xbox One X is going to be the first device that's going to be HDMI 2.1s. It is capable right now, but since the specs just got finalized, they got to get it certified now. But Mike Ybarra said it will be certified for 2.1. So it will be the first device to do it. And I know Samsung is working on the dynamic metadata over HDMI 2.0. So I don't know if the other companies will follow suit or if they're going to be dicks and say, fuck you guys, get a new TV. So we're not 100% sure on that. But it is, a lot of these features are going to be capable on our current TVs. It's just a matter of firmware update. And this is not me saying this is the HDMI forum that confirmed this, and they own the rights to HDMI. So I would think they would know what their technology is capable of doing.
All right, dang.
But the OLED is a good candidate for that because it already does have a 120 hertz mode enabled on the TV. Although it's just at 1080p, but they could, like I said, they could push it up a firmware update to enable 420 and then do 4K at 120 hertz. So let's see what happens.
Yep. So also Z about to go play Mario Kart with a Luigi colored Golu on.
Somebody should really send Z a Switch for fucking Christmas, man.
Hey, listen. Hey, someone send me.
It's tempting.
I'll do a 24-hour marathon, man. Like this, playing it with my shirt off, man.
No. When I was traveling, I was saying to myself, it would have been good if I had a Switch to travel with. I can't even lie to kill the time. So I can see why some people might like it as a companion system, but as my main system, hell no, never.
I've traveled with my Switch. I think I've left the country 3 times in the last 2 months, and I've flown probably 8 different places. I've played my Switch twice.
Damn.
I've traveled with it each time with Mario and Zelda, and I got Xenoblade. Haven't even. I think I got 3 hours in Xenoblade, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. It is appealing on paper, but when I start it up, I just don't feel like playing it.
See, the kids, I think they want one for Christmas. So I don't know. I think we might have to get the one for Christmas. But we were looking at the games for it, and we're like, holy shit, these games are expensive for the Switch, man.
That's the best thing.
My son plays my Switch more than I do. He plays Zelda now, and he'll come up here and ask me questions. I'm like, I don't know, son.
It's my little one. My girl's little one. He wants NBA 2K for it. And we're looking at the price, like, holy shit, it's more than the Xbox version. What's going on here?
It is crazy because my wife was like, I think she wanted Smash Brothers Brawl or something. I don't remember what it was. She wanted something for the Wii U, and she was like, "How much is it?" I was like, "Probably like $45 because Nintendo doesn't go down in their prices." And when we went to the store, she was like, "I'm not buying that shit."
I'm gonna try to get out of it because we have a little one on the way. My missus is pregnant, so we got
congratulations,
man! Congrats, bro.
Yeah.
You got a little Horizon chip coming.
Yeah, here we go. It's a boy. He's gonna come and say, "Horizon uppercut."
And that present's in the bed. That's what that was.
Congrats, man! Congratulations, man!
Congrats, brother.
Hey, man, it's just like I said, man. Again, thank you all for rocking out with Xbox Beast Fighter tonight. I didn't expect to be there. I've been about 2.5 hours rocking and rolling, man. We catch you guys throughout the week. I'm always live streaming the Sunday. Hey, Mash, you gotta help me hook my shit up. I said I got headphone jacks in there. I gotta put the controller.
Yeah, I got you. Tech illiterate bastard.
Fuck you. I'll get you guys later on, man. Thank you for rocking out with the show.
D, they say your pull-out game weak, bro.
I'm gonna tell you the story off the air. I'm gonna tell you a story. It's funny.
I'm dead, bro.
That nigga pull-out game is weak. We off the air, man.
Chat me cutting